Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Meta Madness Qualifier number 2. Day number 2, we're in the lower bracket semifinals. The winner of this will move on to our lower bracket finals and then potentially the grand finals as we're getting into Towers of Doom for map number 1 in this third best of 3 of the day. We've got Akatsuki, a Naruto character versus Vinland Raiders. We will see Vinland Raiders winning winning the coin flip. They'll opt in for first pick priority. They will ban away Dragonshire and Garden of Terror. The opponent will ban out Brax Assault out Sky Temple. And since first pick goes over to Vinland Raiders, that will be our blue side taking us to Towers of Doom. We're starting out with a Lucio Medivh ban. As a reminder, this is the Meta Madness style of draft, meaning that heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of 3. We do have baseline bans in the tournament as well. There's currently 8 heroes banned away. There's a pinned message at the top of chat if you are curious. The exact heroes, but Genji, Hanzo, Vala, Dahaka, Diablo, Anduin, Brightwing, Hogger, I think I might have actually got all of them right there, are all banned away as voted by the Meta Madness community. Maiev will be the first pick, so for example, Maiev will not be playable for the rest of the games in this best of 3. But when we get into our lower bracket finals, the list will reset except for the 8 perma-banned characters. Now, will this be a first pick Dahaka? Absolutely! It's frickin' Towers of Doom. How do you not go into Dahaka? Especially, that's a Copen Dahaka, if I'm not mistaken, as well. You don't want to get, like, Copen's Dahaka's very, very good, so that's a little scary. I mean, Sven's got some nice Vikings. We could see Vikings potentially played here. Vikings could be the pickup for Sven, but I don't think he's going to want to grab that early. I feel like he could maybe get countered very quickly with like a Zeratul, Butcher, Valera, Samuro. So it's going to be a Maiev, Stukov, Garrosh. A lot of control, a lot of CC baseline for Vinland Raiders. Looking to put the pressure onto the enemy team. Medivh is a really interesting ban. Why do you say that? It's Vinland Raiders just won on Tomb of the Spider Queen with it, and it was pretty freaking good. So, oh, sorry, my brain is backwards today. Vinland Raiders just don't want to deal with it. I don't blame them. I mean, it's Towers of Doom. Like Towers of Doom is like one of the best maps for Medivh. But yeah, sorry, I completely flipped them around in my head because Vinland Raiders were on the left-hand side in the previous map, so I was like, yeah, it makes complete sense. No, it actually, yeah, I see what you mean. So but I mean, it is still a really good map for Medivh, so if you don't want to deal with it, just get rid of it. I can't blame them for getting rid of Medivh. Alright. So Maiev, Stukov, Garrosh, we still have 2 more picks. The Viking target ban onto Sven, a Nubarak will be removed as well. What do they want to go with here? They've got a Sylvanas Dahaka. They really can go any direction. They could go into a dive composition if they wanted to grab, like, Tyrael or something like that. They're going to lean into a Muradin to start things out. Okay. Muradin, Malfurion. I don't hate this whatsoever. With the Malfurion, I'm wondering if they're going to consider... They could go for an early Tracer, or if they're going to look for some sort of Mage to be able to use the Innervate on, maybe they just go for an Ultraless Kerrigan. Could also be a Preservation ban for game number 2. No, that's actually a really good point, bud. That's actually a really good point. Valentine. Cyanide Valentine. Sorry, I thought it was Kai. I thought it was Cayenne, and then I was like, wait a minute. No, that's not right. Samuro and Junkrat will be grabbed. Okay. Samuro for the solo lane, double soak. He'll probably go Blade Storm for the faster wave clear, but Sven does go into Illusion Master. Okay, it's a Sergeant Hammer. I mean, it works really good. I was just expecting some sort of mage or some sort of like dive to go in because like Muradin, Sylvanas, they can all kind of dive in. But I guess realistically, you can just use that mobility for something else and everyone just plays safe around the hammer. A good draft from both sides. The Samuro's always exciting. Samuro's always a fun character. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a prediction written up. Which team wins Towers of Doom? And we will have Akatsuki on... Ugh. Akatsuki. Sure. Akatsuki. I think it's actually how you say it, is Akatsuki. I think that's how you say it. I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the U. Well, we have many variations of the pronunciation. One of them will be correct. On the left-hand side, Akatsuki. With Banana Malfurion, Skog to play Sylvanas, Kopin Dahaka, Sergeant Hammer, Slamming, Jamming, Artillery with Ultralisk, and of course, Masquerade will be playing Murden. To the right of the map, looking to continue their run through this bottom bracket. As well, actually, Akatsuki. Oh, I had it right. Now I can't say it. Akatsuki. Maybe, sure. Sven to play Samuro for Vinland Raiders. We've got a Nano Junkrat Joe. Oh, you get one per series. I always promise. One per series, Joan. We'll play Garrosh, 0-2 on Maev, and last but not least, Hunter Orc will be on Stukov. Let's go ahead and get that gamble going for all of you at home. If you'd like to get your predictions in, now's the time to do it. I thought I needed to do something really quickly. I thought I had to tab out for something else, but I don't think I need to. Either way, we got vision set up, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Enhanced Agility to Haka level 1. We have a... Oh, I'm blanking on the... Oh, good sidestep from Sven! He's going Windwalk at level 1, and I forget the name, Way of the Wind. Oh, they're all Way ofs, right? Way of the Blade, Way of Illusion, Way of Winds. Gain 40% movement speed for 3 seconds after entering or exiting Windwalk. Casting Windwalk heals Samuro for 5% of his maximum HP. The last one was perfect, and then you thought about it again. It's Akatsuki. It's Akatsuki. Watch me finally get it right on map number 2 or 3, and that's when Vinland Raiders wins. It's like Tatsuki, but Akatsuki. What's up, Skullfy? Good to see you. Hey, chat, we got a gamble going on right now if you'd like to join in on the predictions. I appreciate all of you hanging out here. I know there's a lot of places you could be watching HOTS. I know there's bigger and more popular streamers, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with Bandit Knight. Thanks for cheering on these teams and supporting the stream. First blood will go over to the side of Akatsuki. Is this the lower bracket? Indeed it is. Lower bracket semifinals. After this is the lower bracket finals. After that is the grand finals. After that, it's the hotel party. After that, it's the hotel lobby. All right. Sledgehammer level 4 for Masquerade. Looking for that extra sledgehammer value. You also get the cooldown reduction from 1 to 1.25 when you get to that level 10. Sven still working on Way of the Wind or Windwalk build. One with the wind while Samuro has Windwalk active for 3 seconds. After breaking it, both he and his mirror images gain 30 armor, taking 30% reduced damage from all sources. That is armor, as always. Unless it's specified, assume it's spell and physical. Masquerade gonna be tossed in by Garrosh. Umbral Bind pulling him around. Masquerade trying to back away and will go down. It's 1 for 1 in kills in total. Hotel party with lots of beer. Yes, please. What's up, Coolio? Good to see you, bud.
Go forth and claim the altars.
Samuro pops the images, tries to jump onto Banana for the delay on the left-hand side. And he does get a little bit of a delay. This will be Sergeant Hammer zoning back. Stukov steps up and is like, I'll get a free stack on Fetid Touch level 1. I mean, why not? Free stack on the Hammer who's sitting still. Samuro jumps onto her, zones her away. Stukov gets the channel, and it will be Akatsuki taking 8 damage. Vinland Raiders only taking 4. Masquerade tossed out of position. Is there a number of bind? Actually, the body blocks on Hunter Orc were allowing Ultralisk to continue supplying that sustained damage into the Stukov, but he will not fall. Zero steps in to try and steal away those regeneration globes as Hammer did take Sorry, I was looking at the Samuro. He's getting into it with the Dahaka. Siege Tactics level 4. The Neo Steel plating now has an unstoppable. Junkrat's gonna just try and trigger that as much as possible by using those concussion mines. What's up, Olivia Roja? Good to see you, bud. Thank you for the kind words. Muradin! Muradin gets displaced by the concussion mine, jumps back in, gets displaced by the concussion mine in the exact same spot. Burning Blade for Samuro level 7. We get into our next objective phase, second one of the game, and this will be singular in the bottom of the map. Joanna wants to step in. Masquerade tossed away by a, or I guess moved around by a concussion mine. Another concussion mine. And if you're sitting at home like, damn, Junkrat's got all the concussion mines in the world. How's he doing this? Well, it's going to be Boom Pow. Hitting enemy heroes with concussion mine reduces the cooldown by 10 seconds. Garrosh unfortunately falls in this moment. Double kill to be achieved by it. Hold on, we got this. Akatsuki. Hammer throws out some little Widow mines on the top left. And this is bottom lane. Oh, they're going to delay it out. Nice. Nicely done. Minion Wave gets it. Banana gets the channel. Vinland Raiders will take 5 damage. 32 to 31. Zero helping out Sven in the top lane, pushing onto the fort. Won't be able to take it down, but get it. Oh, I would say they got, what, 25% off of that? Yeah, or so. Back with some teriyaki salmon. What did you miss? You might have missed the last best of 3. I'm not sure when you were last here, to be honest, friend. Chat hasn't been moving like crazy quick, but the games have been very, very fun. Hope your fish is good. I think it's a pizza day for me. It's either pizza or tacos. I think I've earned it after this week's stream. Zero I think is dead here. Indeed, Zero is. Akatsuki gets another kill. 4-1, 32 to 31 in our core HP. Once again, Neos or Siege Tactics getting that value. Mind Control does not get the connection onto Hunter Orca. I thought they were within range, but it seems like Stukov was able to back off quick enough. There's the Blade Storm, as I mentioned, for Samuro, and I apologize. We usually do this before level 10, but let's cycle through those other numbers. 11 stacks for Stukov, by the way, and I think I saw 4 out of the 10 for Dahaka's Enhanced Agility. Sapper Camp to be stolen away for the bottom lane. Last you saw was Three-Legged Cat versus Dogs. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, you missed a best of 3, my friend. You did miss a best of 3, but I have great news for anyone who might be like, oh, man, I wish I saw some of the games from yesterday. I have already edited the games from yesterday, and I have them going up on YouTube, 1 game per day, starting at 9 a.m. every single one of those days. The midpoint is all edited out, so the transition from like game 1, 2, or game 2 to 3, that part's edited out, so it is just only content, only Heroes content, and if the game was a best of 3, or excuse me, if the game was a 2-0 set, I've added spoiler-free additional time, so every VOD, since it's a best of 3, will be an hour and a half, regardless of the actual outcome. So all of that's going up on YouTube, and if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to like or follow the channel. If you want to support further, it's much appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the videos because they all help us grow a little bit further and faster. As always, if we can grow our YouTube page to over 1,000 subs, we can monetize the channel, and that's just more money for Bandit. Blade Storm for Samuro will clear out the top lane wave. He's got a Sapper Camp to maybe shove in here. Copen's going to be chilling. Maybe he lands the drag onto one Sapper. Nah, 1, 2, 3 go in, and the top lane Bell Tower goes over to the side of Vinland Raiders. Akatsuki. Can't find the Stormbolt. Muradin Masquerade looking for it. Another weighted pustule will connect into Sergeant Hammer. 14 out of 15 on that Fetid Touch level 1. 3 Sappers go over the wall. It's 32 to 23 in core HP. And this map is starting to really look good for our blue squad. As Stukov has finished out the Fetid Touch level 1. If you are wondering what the Fetid Touch does, reward after hitting 15 heroes, reduce the cooldown of Weighted Pustule by 5 seconds to remove the mana cost. The baseline cooldown for Weighted Pustule is 10 seconds, so it's a 50% reduction finishing out this talent. Remorseless Sylvanas, Dahaka is actually going to be going into the Ferocious Stalker level 13. Uh-oh. Vinland Raiders go aggressive into Dahaka and find a kill. Sven going for the channel on this left-hand side will be interrupted. As I had mentioned, it's a Bladestorm Samuro, so he's not really microing these around. BFG gets one delay onto Sven. No one gets the channel on the right-hand side. Warlord challenge from the Garrosh will go out. The Riptire onto Skog, and they get the kill into Sylvanas. Now Masquerade going in deep. He's got to get out of here. He does have Avatar, and he won't be forced to pop it. Garrosh trying to zone back Banana and Ultralisk. The channel comes through, and 4 shots will rain into the core of Akatsuki. 28 to 23. It's actually about to be 24 to 23. Parity nearly found on this map. Boss still up and available. Samuro, he's going to start working on the bottom lane bell tower. Let's see, we're 10 minutes and 19 seconds in. The center point is not opened up yet. That's a good route. Good concussion mine. Umbral Bind connecting onto Masquerade. Still, actually, no, he activates the Avatar right now. Gets the Stormbolt back into 2. Weighted Pustule slow. Concussion mine splitting once again. Zero looking for the damage to get the kill into Masquerade, but can't do it. And Samuro manages, will be able to regain control of the bottom lane bell tower for the allies. Interesting map choice for map 1. Towers of Doom. Towers of Doom is actually, in this tournament, it's actually fairly common. Yesterday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best of 3s I casted. Hold on 1 second. There's going to be a camp maybe stolen away. Sven actually lives to leave the point. Riptire gets some damage out, but Vinland Raiders have to leave this. Let's see. 1, 2 out of the 5 games yesterday started with Towers of Doom. Towers of Doom, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Dragonshire, Battlefleet of Eternity, and Towers of Doom for the 5 best of 3s I casted yesterday. But in all of those best of 3s yesterday, 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 5 best of 5s or best of 3s had a Towers of Doom game. So it's a really common competitive map. I think it's balanced well. I think it plays well. I think a lot of players enjoy this map as well. I personally, it's one of my favorite maps to cast and play. Sylvanas will fall, but Maiev is traded in the mix. Groundbreaker onto 2. Garrosh is looking to chase in further. Masquerade back creating a bit of pressure as Samuro Illusion is chasing down Ultralisk. Triple Ultra Phase coming up. Copen manages to get to top lane. Garrosh should be delayed out of bottom. Junkrat working his way towards top. Checks the bushes and such with some frag launcher grenades. Does have the Ripper Air for his own sort of global value, or at least attempt in that. And I think this is going to be 8 to 4 in shots traded, favoring the side of Akatsuki.
Your powers remain like all the others.
Actually, it's
Doomed.
19 to 17. As 5 shots did go from the top right, and there was a bell tower conversion, so that is only 3 shots, so 7 actually went into the core of Vinland Raiders, if my math is, yeah, because they had 24, if I'm not mistaken. Around 7 minus 24 is, that's not the right math, Chris. I don't even know, man. I'm thrown off. I'll blame waking up at 5 a.m. No, Garrosh tried to step in. He tried to look for a blood craze, but a double kill goes over to the side of Akatsuki. You like this map? You're not a pro, but you'd save this map for when swinging Asia. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Exclamation math, indeed. I will point out, this is a very common map for Akatsuki to pick. They very much do enjoy this map quite a bit. We have seen them play it twice on this stream yesterday.
Rise from
Yeah, we
the
saw them play it
depths.
twice. One of the times they actually first picked it in the beginning of the series as well. I mean, the other thing too is like it's not only like if you're considering the swingy nature of it all, but also if you're confident in a map and you're starting a best of 3 on a map that you feel confident with, I think that's also a big advantage for your team as well. Like let's say I'm on an NGS team and we have a 69% win rate on Battlefield of Eternity. I think we'd want to try and open up every single series with Battlefield because it's our strongest map. So it also can be one of those things too. If Akatsuki feels strong on this map, why not start on something you feel confident in? And you've had success consistently in the past. Muradin wants to pressure Sven. He's going to try and dip, dive, dodge around. BFG will not make the connection for the last bit of damage. Muradin does have that Bronzebeard Rage level 13, but he's not going to be able to close the distance onto Sven right here. Oh, wait, hold on. There's the Hearth out. Does Masquerade find him? Nope. He would have if he checked over there faster. Just kidding. 6 shots. Actually, that was 12 shots into the core. I think that was 12 shots. There were some sappers earlier as well. Let's see. 12 plus 3 is 15. If they had 17, yeah, that math makes sense right there. Toss into toss into the death zone onto Masquerade. The Warlord's challenge will kind of pull him back in, but no kill as the Avatar was activated in time. Concussion Mine pushing Copen back. 2 HP remains. Just run at boss, dude. 20 talent tier advantage. Just run at the boss. Isolation Contagion is picked up at 20 as well. But Sappers are down for 24, 44. Dahaka's done with Enhanced Agility, level 1. 19 seconds on that left side camp. Samuro is going to try and clear out the mid lane bell tower just to get some map control with the allies. A singular altar in the center of the map will be coming up next. And level 20 floats in for Vinland Raiders. We have the Wind Strider for Samuro. Extra oomph Junkrat on the Riptire. Hitting 3 enemy heroes will reset the Riptire cooldown. 25 seconds off the 75-second per enemy hero hit. Dahaka goes for a drag. Bladestorm from Samuro. There's the Riptire. Gets the Quadra hit. Gets the full reset. Here's another Riptire coming out again. Here's a third Riptire coming out again. But it doesn't actually get the full reset. It's only at 50 seconds. Only hit 1 somehow in all of that. The camp will go over to the side of Vinland Raiders. A mind control onto Junkrat, who does go down. Total Mayhem will fall onto the ground. But now the singular altar's up and available. Sven trying to pressure onto Hammer. He will fall. And it looks like Masquerade gets the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, map number 1 will be delayed out because Zero shows up. There's going to be a Vinland Raider Garrosh Stukov to fall. A lone Zero is going to go down to Dahaka. Sylvanas damage over time.
Team kill!
GG, well played. Banana gets the channel. Masquerade just trying to pad some stats right there. And with the pentakill, 13-5 in kills, 21-20. 17 minutes, 20 seconds in. Akatsuki takes map number 1. Gotta farm that XP, just like how we need to farm that XP for the hype event that's happening here at Twitch. There's a hype event going on right now at Twitch until this upcoming Friday. Every bit sub helps us get further up in our goal. We are a little more than halfway to level 3, so if you'd like to push up for that, every little bit helps us. Or actually level 4. We actually hit level 3 yesterday. If we get level 4, we get a Twitch backpack and a battery pack. If we get to level 5, that's the real goal. We get that Twitch sign. That'd be kind of cool to have. That'd be really cool to get. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The ads have finished up and we're into map number 2 in the lower bracket semifinals of Akatsuki versus Vinland Raiders. And it looks like we're getting into Battlefield of Eternity for our second map. Vinland Raiders is the loser from map number 1. Towers of Doom opted for first pick priority, so Akatsuki will be choosing to take us to Battlefield. The Braxis and Sky Temple banned out by our blue squad. Dragonshire and Garden of Terror banned out by our red team. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so we have those 8 permabanned heroes for the tournament, and the qualifiers as well. I guess you say qualifiers and tournament. And then we also have the 10 heroes from the previous map, because heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. Now, looks like another Medivh ban coming out from Vinland Raiders. They just don't want to deal with Medivh one way or the other. Doubtful that they're saving it for themselves here on Battlefield, because, well, it's banned away. They have first pick either way, and we get a Lucio ban as well. Okay, so Battlefield, how do we want to go about this on the side of Vinland Raiders? How are they going to rally back in for a victory here? Are they going to go into maybe a full, like, race build composition and just focus on the objective phasing? Maybe they look at a... Maybe they could look at a strong team fight, but it didn't feel like the team fights really went their way on Towers of Doom map number 1, so maybe playing more macro than micro might be the way to go about it, just kind of win through playing the map. In your opinion, is map or comp pick more important in Meta Madness? Oof, that's a tough question, honestly, because you could argue it both ways. Because like you could argue like the comp, like there's certain comps that work for certain maps, and then I feel like compositionally that's kind of like more key, but of course the map kind of drives the composition, right? So if you go to Infernal Shrines rather than going to Battlefield of Eternity, you're going to be building a bit of a different composition. Like in Battlefield, you want to find stuff that races the Immortal. Like you won't find Li Ming as common on Infernal Shrines. Like you'd find more of like an AoE mage like Kael'thas or Jaina. On things like Battlefield, the Li Ming kind of is driven, so like it's a bit of both though, realistically, because you don't have to play the map. Like you could draft a very dive heavy composition that has nothing to do with the race potential in Battlefield, win the team fight, and then you have all the time in the day to race down the Immortal, you know? So there's different ways. I would say the biggest thing, my answer would be, is how the team wants to approach it. If the team has a play style they want to do, then composition's more important. If they have a play they want to, or a play style they want to utilize in a specific manner, then map, I think, drives that. I hope that answers that. I kind of talked in a little bit of a circle, but I definitely do feel like they both have, there's a consideration for both, but I really think that compositionally is slightly ahead. What about in later matches when a lot of heroes are banned? Well, at that point, you pick what you're good on. You pick what you're good on what map. Like at that point, I mean, it really boils down to the player at that point. Are they more confident playing a Zagara on any map, or are they more confident on playing it on a specific map? That's the thing to consider too. Like if you go look back at Nations Cup at the final map, the map didn't drive a whole lot. The map kind of drove the composition, but there was still a lot to consider within the team fight. Actually, I think the Grand Finals was on Battlefield. That's the interesting part, Smile. Indeed, yeah. I mean, like it's not a clear-cut answer, because of course every team is gonna approach a best of in a different way. Greymane and Rhaegar will be banned away. Li Ming, Tracer, Chen on the right-hand side. Yrel, Tyrael, Cassia. A good race potential here as they pick up an Uther as well. Okay. Oh, what do they want to put with the Li Ming Tracer? Was Malfurion played in map number 1? Stukov and... Was it Malfurion? No. Yes? Yeah, it was Malfurion because there was a Sergeant Hammer. And yeah, I was talking about mages. So it's no Malfurion available with the Tracer or for the Innervate on Li Ming, but we're going to get a White Mane Joanna. So we have blinds versus blinds. What's the last pick on the left-hand side for Akatsuki? Cho'Gall, I wish. I wish. I feel like they just go into something with auto attacks, realistically. Actually, I don't hate a Thrall. It's almost like once or twice I've been professionally hired to cast this game, and I can see through the veil. Thrall is actually a very, you don't see him like a crazy amount on this map, but this is actually a decent map for him. Really good poke potential. You've got a root, Earthquake around the objective phasing is really good. His self-sustainability is decent with his trait. As I said, he adds a root to the composition. His Wind Fury gives you race potential as well. Thrall is like, he's not like a niche pick, but he's not super popular. I absolutely love Thrall for this map. Alarak, Thrall, a bit more tame. Yeah, I think a bit more tame. I do love the idea of the Alarak, though. I do like that a lot. Battlefield of Eternity. All right, I'll start the prediction as always once we introduce the teams and get into the first little skirmish in the bottom lane. But until then, let's go ahead and get the teams introduced and see who's going to take map number 2. Will this be a 2-0 for our blue team here on the left-hand side? Did I hit the bandit cam? I didn't. Okay, good. Akatsuki in the blue with Copen playing Yrel. We'll see a Thrall played by Ultralisk, Banana Uther, Skog Cassia, and Masquerade Tyrael. To the right of the map, looking to take us to a map number 3 in this loser bracket semifinals. We've got Vinland Raiders keeping their tournament life on the line here in the bottom bracket. Sven on the Chen, Zero 2 on Tracer, Hunter Orc to play the white main. We've got a Joanna Yaya on Joanna, and Nano Li Ming. Let's get into it. Silver Touch level 1 for the Uther. Freshest ingredients for that Chen. Got Charge Strikes on the Cassia. Dauntless Yrel. Justice for all Tyrael. Rolling Thunder on... Oh, I was right. Rolling Thunder on the Thrall. Illusionist level 1 for... Or Aether Walker, sorry. Illusionist is later on. Alright, and we will also see Tracer rounds level 1. Okay, stun. Hunter Orc is dead. First blood goes over to the side of Akatsuki. If that sways your Twitch prediction, go ahead and get it in now. Ultra does a lot of melees. Haven't seen them on Alarak, though. If you were to put together a pure meme composition, what would you pick? 5 Bruisers OP. Honestly, 5 Bruisers on this map is kind of OP. Gilly Shark and Bingo Knight runs it from time to time. If I'm putting together a meme composition, it is Abathur, Cho'Gall, Ariel, and Falstad. Because Abathur, with Ultimate Evolution, and the level 16 volatile mutation and the level 20 upgrade for the ultimate evolution gets like crazy value. Abathur, Cho'Gall, Falstad, Ariel. Falstad gives you the global to maybe go clear a wave if you need to jump away or something like that. He's also got good poke potential. Falstad can also get his, he's got the level 7 boomerang for armor, spell armor reduction, which then Gall can benefit from a lot. I mean, also you could substitute the Ariel for an Ana, and that would be even crazier. I'm sorry, Copen, you're
A singular strike.
Well, Yrel gets the casual 1v2, and she gets the camp. I mean, you can't be upset about that from Yrel at all. It's like, why'd you die on top? Well, I won the 2v1 and I got the camp. Oh, okay. Whatever. We gotta pause right now. Let's go ahead and pull ourselves out of the game for competitive integrity, as always. The player has noted that it is a pause. Thank you. It's... Alrighty. Oh, we had, like, no gamblers this one. That's awkward. No gamblers this game. That's awkward. Banana goes pause, and Hunter goes no shit. Well, I mean, at least he's honest. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What do we have going on here? You forgot 2 times in a row to gamble? There's a gamble? Yeah, of course. There's always a gamble. Is there a way to set this up where each team picks their opponent's composition? That would be interesting. There is something called reverse draft, but doing reverse drafts are really, really, really complicated because players just make it so difficult. Doing I've done reverse draft compositions or like tournaments and stuff like that. It's just, it's such a pain in the ass because Heroes of the Storm players can be difficult at times. Big frickin' surprise. Like creating lobbies and inviting me to the lobby because it's comical genius. Welcome back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. We had a pause. I have no idea for what, so I have no information for any of you. As we get back into this, Urel's in top lane and Paler Camp was grabbed earlier as we had that sort of memery moment. Players are stupid. People have egos. Yes, they do. People have really big egos for a game that gets no development. Yeah, I'm like the faker of HOTS. Oh, cool. Alright, Frostwolf back at level 4 for throw on 2 out of the 6 stacks. We do have that Deadly Strike for the Chen at level 4, synergistic with the 1 once it's completed. Urel Dauntless will be activated with those basic abilities as Sven is going to be the target of an Avenging Rat to create some room for Skog to back away. The first half of the Immortal phase is looking pretty good to the side of Akatsuki. So Tracer Li Ming try and make some work happen down here on the south side. That does open up the opportunity for Masquerade and the rest to step in. Oh no, they're looking for the fight into Chen. Sven getting bopped into the wall with the Righteous Hammer. Copen can't set up enough for the last bit of damage, but a little bit of race potential from Li Ming and Tracer as Tracer moves down towards the bottom lane, clearing out that fallen shaman that got damn near most of this fort. A lot of really good value down over there, and this will be the Immortal race in favor of Akatsuki. I thought this game was only still existed to train the AIs. Well, you know, that's part of it. Can you believe that Blizzard didn't announce HGC 3, or excuse me, HGC 2 and HOTS 3.0 at BlizzCon? Can you believe it? Can you believe that the copium on Reddit and the echo chamber that it is, people just created this fantasy that Blizzard was going to do something, even though Blizzard did no? I can't wait. The next 6 months, no one's going to come in here and ask me when HOTS is going to get saved. That's actually a lie. It's going to happen still all the time. Level 4 for throw is completed. He's landed all those stacks. Copen goes in for a flank on the right side of our screen and is able to get some Righteous Hammer action. This top lane fort will go down. Chen saves the bottom lane and soaks up for the allies as it's 3-1 in kills, and Akatsuki rampaging through the top lane still. I hate to be that guy, but it's online gaming and people tend towards trash baggery when it comes to online gaming. I don't think you're that guy for saying that. I think that's very true. I mean, it's personalities and egos. There's people out there that love Dr. Disrespect. I can't stand the dude. I absolutely can't. There's people out there who love watching streamers that just scream into their microphone with no limiter, so it's just peaking, screaming constantly. People love that. It's content, it's subjective. There's people who can't stand my stream. That's understandable. 8 apiece in our levels right now. We've got a little blind from Cassia, attempted onto Zero, kind of wiggling around. There's a pulse bomb connecting onto Skog as well. No kill onto the Cassia. There's that 30 armor from Cassia trait. Hey, Baha, just got here a moment ago. Any thoughts on Blizzard saving HOTS? Revolver, did you know that you've been timed out 67 times in this channel? Now you've been timed out 68 times. Oh, welcome to the stream, Revolver. You know what the sad thing is? Once you only get one more timeout ever. Can't ruin a good thing. Or I guess we could then be on the road to 420 timeouts. Watch Twitch one day be like, so we've instituted something that if you've timed someone out a lot of times, they get like banned or something, and then Revolver just gets banned. You're entitled to be wrong. Yeah, there you go. That's the way to put it. Thank you for the kindness, Arkin. Oh, anyways. Microsoft is going to sell HOTS for a beer and a 6-pack of nuggets. You know, Bobby would. But if it raised the stock price by 25 cents, Bobby would. You know he would. Dude, just give HOTS to Valve and let them develop it. Valve's proven that they've done well with Dota. I mean, I don't know the intricacies of it, but it seems like Valve has done pretty well with Dota. Sundering comes out from Thrall, the ball lightning from Cassia, Pulse Bomb into Banana, who's getting bopped around by the Wandering Keg, forced to use Divine Shield on themselves. Masquerade getting hit with a bit of a Giggle Beam from Hunter Orc, and it seems like Akatsuki will be running off. Vinland Raiders trying to chase down maybe a kill. It's 10 apiece on both sides, just about every heroic used, except for Ardent Defender. Sundering, Divine Shield, Ardent Defender, Sanctification, and Ball Lightning for the left-hand side. Joanna does not have Subdue level 4, did go to hold your ground. Hunter Orc getting chased down with the Avenging Wrath. Skog trying to get that last little bit of damage. Chen with the flying kick in. Wandering Keg down for 7 seconds, and Sven will be sacrificed so Hunter Orc can live. Wave of Force, Blessed Shield, Wandering Keg, Divine Reckoning, and the Sticky Bomb for Tracer. Seer are going to try and Hearth out on this left-hand side. We'll be able to do so. I'm kind of surprised only 68 times. Me too. Me too. I was actually checking it last night when I was playing D&D. I was like, oh, I wonder how many times I've timed out Revolver. In your head, timing someone out is just placing a bucket on their head and they go to sleep? You put a bucket on Revolver's head. That's what it is. I always think it's like sending a Twitch chatter to their room and they have to go think about what they did. But they never think about what they did. They just go to the room and come back out and start yelling about how HOTS is going to be saved and Phoenix is a good hero. By the way, we do have information this time. It is a mic issue in Discord. That is the reason for the current pause. If you are sitting at home wondering why we're in another pause, it is because there is a mic issue in Discord. You know, I'll just never talk here again. I'll just never talk again, then you'd never make it 69th. How about that, streamer? Well, I would be really sad. I'd be really sad that I don't get to see Revolver in my chat anymore. That'd be it. That's my response, is I would be sad. Bob hasn't timed me out in a while. You're not trying hard enough. Let's see. The last time I timed you out was on 10/19. I timed you out October 19th. So about a month ago I timed you out. All right, the readies are coming out from the players. The countdown's in. Let's get into it. Who is Mike? Belith in the top lane, pushing on in. A Blessed Shield coming out from the Joanna. Uther so very low, does not go down. No reset for Li Ming. As Belith will take down the fort front gate here in top lane. Chen done with freshest ingredients. Regeneration globe stacking. Belith will be cleared out. A Righteous Hammer into Nano, who's trying to get out of here. Blinks over the wall. Avenging Wrath to try and chase in. Divine Steed as well. Wandering Keg is up and available for Chen. He will be forced to pop it to try and save. Sundering... Oh, no! They chase down the Li Ming in bottom lane. And since they're in bottom, I think this is going to be some push here, as the minion wave will be cleared out just behind the keep front gate. It's kind of sad HOTS is now lumped in with other dead games like StarCraft 2. I think StarCraft 2 is very much not dead by comparison. I mean, StarCraft 2 just announced a $500,000 tournament in Katowice again. StarCraft 2 has the Masters stuff going on right now as well. Like, StarCraft, in my opinion, is very alive. It's just Blizzard gave it away to ESL, and Blizzard now doesn't do anything with it. StarCraft 2 now has like a balance council. They're run by ESL. Like, StarCraft 2 is actually still doing pretty freaking good. The player base, in my understanding, in StarCraft 2 is still very high as well. There's still a lot of people that play the co-op commanders and stuff. Still, like, I have zero, like, I maybe wait 20, 30 seconds at most to get a ranked game in StarCraft 2. Big sundering in this corridor, no follow-up damage. Coping a little bit low. Thought about going back in. Does have the Ardent Defender, but not going to just waste it. Like, honestly, I think a lot of people undervalue the StarCraft 2 esports scene.
You and all your servants in hell will cower before me.
You'd love if HOTS got a balance console. You'd be on it. Would you? I don't think you get to choose who's on it. I think these are, I actually don't know who, like, I don't think anyone really knows who's on the StarCraft 2 balance console. I'm assuming it's run by ESL. I would assume ESL has a say in it. Chen with the flying kick in. Dude, if HOTS got a balance console, Reddit would be like, I deserve to be on the balance console because I'm gold 1. I've played since alpha. You know that'd be the case. Oh, if I was on the balance console, I'd just make Zagara broken and no one would be able to ever kill her because she's my favorite character. I've seen what some of you say about balancing HOTS characters, and I'm like, you should not be a developer.
Team kill!
I've seen what people say about balancing HOTS, and I'm like, oh boy, no. Well, with the pentakill in hand, Thrall is going to be left on the left-hand side to go get going to be left around the objective area to get the Immortal, which will go into top lane. Since that keep is on full HP and doesn't have the gate still, it does actually have the vast majority of the gate, but keep and bottom will go down. Akatsuki doing their best to back out of this one, and yeah, as I said, Thrall will finish this out easily. If HOTS got a balance console, Reddit would be like, this is proof HOTS is being safe. No, here's the thing. HOTS got a patch from 2 community members, Spaz and Elite Sparkle, who fixed a bunch of bugs and stuff, and now everyone's like, see? HOTS is being saved. Wandering Keg goes in. Sven gonna get some brew as well. The Immortal to the hands of Akatsuki. Oh, the white mane will fall, unfortunately. Fendon from the Cassius. Hero's going to be the target. The Lightning Furies are not enough, but Tyrael does get the kill. Masquerade around 200-something HP. The Ball Lightning goes out, and that will be a Joanna falling to the Ball Lightning. Sven tries to drink through the pain. He can't manage to do so, and Nano, the lone defender, but Avenging Wrath over the wall. Copen wants the kill. Nano is able to tap well, but this Immortal will get some decent damage. Meanwhile, Cassie is like, I'm done. I'm going to go to core. I want to go to the lower bracket grand finals. Or the lower bracket finals. Oh, is there actual information on who's on the StarCraft 2 balance console? I actually thought it was like... I thought it was like the Council of 13 from Venture Brothers. Like, you don't really know who it is. Anyways, the core shielding has gone down. Bless Shield from the Joanna to try and make things happen here. Sanctification is the answer into that, and Joanna will fall in just... Oh, she actually won't. Copen's getting low here. Ardent Defender was utilized, but the keep in top lane's already gone down. Li Ming will fall just below. And the Immortal will confirm the game. There's not enough damage available between Joanna Chen to stop this from happening, and that will be map number 2 over to the side of Akatsuki. They take the series and move into the move into the loser bracket finals. SC2 is in much better shape than HOTS. Yes, it is. I agree, Cav. Excuse me, Cavalier Guest. Sorry, different Cav. What's up, bud? Good to see you. Oh, Jeff Bezos just made $500.